Dozens of veterans who served during the Vietnam, Gulf War, and post 9/11 eras turned out to an open house event held at Utah Tech University to see if they qualify for assistance under a new law passed in 2022. The Pact Act expands and extends eligibility for VA healthcare benefits for veterans exposed to burn pits or other toxic exposures.
It's new legislation that the federal government passed to increase benefits for veterans that may have been exposed to toxic exposures. So this is us getting out in the community, trying to help veterans do claims and disability claims, benefits, things that they've earned.
To qualify, veterans must have combat service and been in active duty military serving in Vietnam, Korea, Persian Gulf, or after 9/11. They also need to show they were exposed to toxins during their service time in the military.
Things that do qualify veterans are Agent Orange exposures, herbicide exposures from Vietnam. Those cause different types of cancers and different defects, so Agent Orange was a big one for sure. Later on, in different conflicts we had toxic exposures, so burn pits, oil drums, Gulf War when there was smoke in the air from the different refineries that the first Gulf War, and then any other kind of toxic exposure they might have had in the military. So maybe they were exposed as a aircraft maintainer or artillery munitions, those type of things.
My time in Vietnam was in all of 1971, and I flew as an aviator there. I was a close air support fighter pilot and forward air controller. And I was exposed, they were defoliating areas that I flew in, the area of operation that I was assigned. So I knew they were there, I just didn't realize what they were doing and what the effect would be. But yeah, we were all exposed. All my pilots have been exposed and have all kinds of different problems. There's been some issues of disability that cropped up because of it for me and almost all of the pilots that I flew with. So the fact that Congress recognized some needs there, I thought that was a good thing.
There are various medical conditions known to be caused by these types of exposures, including cancer.
Cancer is definitely one of the ones that is some of the Agent Orange effect had. There are a list of presumptive conditions that the Pact Act made some of those conditions presumptive. So there is a list of cancers, and you can go to va.gov and get the list. Some of the other things are spina bifida is certainly a thing that affects children. And then the later Gulf War and 9/11 beyond is sinusitis, lung conditions, because of the toxic exposures to the lungs.
After signing up for the VA Exposure Registry and screenings, accredited representatives will vet their claims to see if they qualify for extra benefits. The law also provides benefits to their survivors.
So one of the big benefits is health care. It can automatically qualify them for VA health care, so they can get medical care to help with their treatments. There's registry exams that they can get on, registries that they can get on that lets the VA kind of explore the different clinical things that affect veterans. And then of course there's disability claims that can be monetary compensations. So that's a monthly monetary compensation depending on the percentage they are rated for and granted.
Miller said the VA healthcare teams up with the Department of Defense to look at these types of exposures the veterans are facing. One area that qualifies to exposures inside the U.S. is Camp Lejeune.
Well, I served in the Marines at Camp Lejeune and New River Air Station in North Carolina from 1969 to 72. They say the water was contaminated. I drank that water for 3.5 years, but apparently you have to get cancer or leukemia or some type of serious disease like cancer before you can file a claim or get a claim for being there, and by then it's too late. I believe that everyone that was at Camp Lejeune during this time, if you were there and you was drinking the water, you should be entitled to some type of disability or claim.
I would tell anybody who served either Agent Orange or the other issues that are covered under the Pact Act to do that. It could affect not only your your reimbursement for that problem that you've had to live with most of your life, probably. I think it's important to have that disability claimed.
In St. George, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.